Well guys, I was looking for an excuse / opportunity to watch this next movie, Escape Plan from 2013. Been seeing it kind of sort of playing on basic cable and shit. Been thinking, hey, I don't review movies that are edited up on basic cable. No. I'll watch a few commercial breaks on Tubi TV instead, but give me the whole thing, right? So this stars Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely co-star here and not really sharing the lead. You see, Stallone is this guy, Ray Breslin, I think. We're going to call him Stallone. He's an expert at escaping maximum security prisons. He has a company that gets jobs where he has to get sent in, and people that work in the prison don't know that he's the prison expert. And it's his job to try to crack him, to try to see if he can escape. And that's all fine and dandy, I guess. But you start to realize something here. There's a lack of character development and intrigue, and they try to make up for this. How do they try to make up for this? Shit editing with a bunch of sound effects. He escapes this prison at the start using a milk carton and the plastic inside of it so that he can try to decipher the numerical code on the door that he's in and make some escape pretending to be a firefighter. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't need it explained to me like I'm some small child and have to have the sound effects whirling about. Also, you realize that his partner here, Vincent D'Onofrio, must have a screw loose or two, because he's working as... he's got the easy paperwork job in this prison testing outfit, and his whole character is that he has a lot of Perel, so he's a germaphobe. Now, how does this all add together? It gets to be pretty easy to figure out that Vincent D'Onofrio set up Sylvester Stallone. Their next job, they have this chick shows up. She's like, hey, there's this new prison. It's in a secure location, can't tell you where it is. And he's like, hey, that's gonna be a problem for my team. Hey, you gonna take it or not? A lot of money on the line. Okay, sure. They snatch and grab him, and part of his crew, there's some chick I don't recognize that Stallone kind of has a thing for, and 50 Cent. And 50 Cent is your tech guy. Are you kidding me? You know, why don't we just have Jennifer Love Hewitt show up and play a scientist? So he gets snatched and grabbed in the middle of like Mardi Gras, taken out onto a boat. They have this tracking device in him. They have some fail safes in case he wants to quit. They pry out the tracking device. Next you know, they're on a plane and somebody's getting kicked out. And the movie looks pretty cheap. This doesn't look like End of Days. This doesn't look like Tentpole. It looks like your regular Lionsgate. We have some names put in this. We're hoping to make money there. The money's going up front to Stallone and Arnold. And that's where the money is. Because a lot of this looks like obvious CGI shit. Or it's just bland and boring. And yeah, prison is supposed to be boring. This does a fine job of encapsulating how boring prison is without actually showing us a sliver of prison life. You want to know why prison movies get such high regard with critics and the vote on IMDb? Because it's a great place to understand and develop characters. Not an escape plan. So this is originally called The Tomb, and that's the name of the place where Stallone finds himself. Basically a whole lot of the plastic prison that Magneto found himself in at the end of X-Men. So he has to deal with a lot of this stuff. He has a name that he's given over there. What is it, like Portis? And Arnold hears this name. He's like, hey, I'm your friend now. I'll look out for you. And they have a kind of a twist, cutesy ending thing here going. Well, Stallone asks Arnold for some help. I need to get in a fight, kind of, so that I can get to the lockup cell. I think that's where some weaknesses are. Fine, they have a fight. There's a suplex. You know, just a little spat. And then they both kind of get in the detainment area. There's a doctor played by Sam Neill who does nothing but relay a message for Stallone when he kind of realizes that he's in there for the wrong reasons. Stallone gives this code to Jim Caviezel. My escape code is like 12345. Your escape code. I don't like Jim Caviezel's character here. He's a decent actor, but he's doing a bit too much scenery chewing. He's not too believable here as the warden. He seems to be making light of it. And I don't like actors to be making a joke of their own movie necessarily. I don't really find that particularly funny. So, here's where things fall apart though. Stallone wants out, no one can get him out, they can't locate him. He does a lot of little things, realizes they're on a boat, doesn't escape just yet, needs some help from some other inmates. One of them helps him out also, finds their coordinates, relays this information to Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park. He gives it to 50 Cent. I can't believe I'm saying this. As this all goes down, their big escape, they stage a riot. It's in a different location than they thought it was going to be. I think I have geese shit all over me, sprinkling up osmosis style through this water fountain, spraying it back at me. That's wonderful. Oh boy, yeah, I can feel it. I can taste it. So, I like the way how these guards, they have their faces covered, and they're trying to identify where the guards are going to be, what their personalities are, who's who. Vinnie Jones is like lead asshole guard, he kills people. Stallone and Arnold get some guns, start shooting place up. Arnold is said to be a security guy for this guy that Jim Caviezel's looking for. There's like a big reward, I guess. And this is the only guy who has some information about this dude's whereabouts, but he's not giving away the position. But he has his people, someone who owes him a favor, show up in an attack chopper. They stage this big shootout. Arnold's shooting the place up. Stallone has to catch up with them by going through some water tubes and shit. And then Jim Caviezel's there. They already killed Vinnie Jones, threw him down the staircase. Jim Caviezel's like, hey, I'm gonna get on this boat at the top and I'm shooting at or whatever, and then Stallone fires back at him, hits some fuel, and I guess kills him, and they fly off. And it's like, okay, what came of the rest of the people on the boat? What about Sam Neill? Where's his redemption? Does he get to die on the boat for being the doctor? They didn't make any other friends this whole time. They just have a boring ass time and a bunch of doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Let's just add sound effects to our wipes and transitions and tell you about escaping a prison that way. Blow me. Then once they land, the hot chick from earlier that gave Stallone the job says, hey, this is my dad over here. You got him out of prison, and he's the guy that Jim Caviezel's looking for. Bye. And then Stallone's like, oh, I've been used. So the escape plan is not Stallone's escape plan. It's Arnold's plan. He had this code, the like Fourth Musketeer or something, and that was the name he was looking for in the prison as the guy that was sent to help him get out against his knowledge. Okay, I'll give you that. But what about this? And I did write down some notes here. I want to make sure that I cover this. Okay, we talked about the character building being shit, and I'm walking through shit right now. Okay, so Arnold is in there, and he's like, let's see, oh yeah. If Arnold is the guy, Jim Caviezel, in his shitty intel apparently, picked up a guy he thought was the helper, but this is the guy you look for. So who was going to pay you for having the right guy? Or were they not? Because maybe their whole thing was, hey, they've got the right guy, we're going to make them think they have the wrong guy and not pay him. Alright, great idea. Then Vincent D'Onofrio was revealed to be the mole a little earlier in the film, actually. Probably should have waited for the end. But he's trying to escape as he learns that Stallone got out and he wasn't supposed to. He's being paid a lot of money to keep Stallone locked up, and it was revealed Jim Caviezel knows that he's not supposed to be there and all this stuff, and he gave him the escape. Hey, at my abort code, all this stuff, didn't honor it, right? Well, 50 Cent catches up with Vincent D'Onofrio, gives him the chloroform, or is it chlorophyll? I need to look that up. gives him that, and then it's he's getting put on a boat somewhere. Are we led to believe that this is the same boat? Like he's going to the tomb? Because with that fire and stuff, and with them not really being, staffed to handle this, aside from inmates, it doesn't seem to me like this thing would be operational. So what was that ending supposed to mean? And what was Vincent D'Onofrio's motive here? Okay, so we proved Stallone can't break out of this prison, so I get to be the CEO of the company that runs this prison. Is there a lot of money in prisons? I don't think that there's enough to make an enemy of Stallone like this and make it and work in an illegal prison. How much money can you possibly get? If some government wants some guy locked up like this, wouldn't they just kill him? Instead of having him on this like black site prison? It doesn't make sense. Stallone gave him the access code, says I want out. There, we proved it's safe. Make me the boss. You don't have to do anything. End of movie. But no, that's not good enough. We have to keep Stallone there. What point does that prove? The point was you were supposed to prove that no one could escape. Your guy who escapes prison says he couldn't escape. End of movie. So that's a bunch of bullshit. And the more you think about this film at all, the more it unravels. It's just kind of a slog. Really unfortunate that we got Stallone and Arnold together and they're doing so little action. And it's so unthought-provoking. But Arnold was more of a bright spot here. He had some of the clever lines. He had humor that actually worked for him, unlike maybe some more of his more recent stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna give the escape. Is it the escape plan or escape plan? I can't believe they're making a sequel to this, or another sequel on top of that even. Maybe those will be straight to video, because this I don't think made any cash. Escape plan 2 out of 4 stars.